Spirituality is a very touchy subject in Africa. When it comes to solving problems in Africa, the scientific aspects are largely disregarded and the spiritual aspect rather takes center stage. For Africans, who believe in spirituality in all aspects of life, including sports, particularly football, this is not a cultural shock. Just a few examples of spirituality in sports include prayers, ritualistic activities, superstition, and myths. On the continent, it is said that mysticism is now prominent when it comes to the fantastic game, but is this true or is it just a myth? According to historians, witchcraft has long been a major topic vital in all areas of African history because it is of the continent's culture. Witchcraft or sorcery is still a difficult concept to define because its definition varies from region to region. Witchery traditionally involved using supernatural methods to harm the innocent, but in the modern era, it has evolved to include using mystic abilities like spell casting and reenacting magical rites to upset the status quo. Surprisingly, this has crept into the beautiful sport, as some African football teams depend on muti, juju, or voodoo to affect the results of the games or, even better, to support their efforts. From national teams to club teams, football administrators, and players themselves, to name a few, have all been accused of taking part in the sinful act in some capacity. The question now is there witchcraft in African football, or is it all in people's minds? A few years ago, allegations of witchcraft marred the match between Mukura Victory and Rayon Sports in the Rwandan Premier League. In a video clip shared on social media, striker Musa Kamara ran to the opposing team's goal to lean a small object against the goalpost as his team trailed by 1 goal and had missed several scoring opportunities. The encounter was briefly stopped as a result of the goalkeeper chasing him. Kamara equalized the score after the restart, but the Rwandan FA fined him 100,000 Rwandan francs and threatened to impose harsher sanctions on any player found engaging in witchcraft. Could this affirm your imagination? I guess you want more. In 2000, during Nigeria's AFCON quarter-final game against Senegal in Lagos, it was claimed that a Nigerian Football Association official scampered onto the field to steal off with a charm that had been placed in Senegal's goal. Julius Agahawa scored 2 late goals for the Super Eagles thanks to his intervention 15 minutes before the end of the game, preventing the Lions of Teranga from moving on to the semi-final. In another episode, the Ivorian government ended a 10-year dispute with angry witch doctors who admitted they were involved in Côte d'Ivoire's victory at the 1992 African Championship 2 months after the competition. They were said to have been employed at the time by the sports minister. The Elephants defeated Ghana in that year's championship game 11-10 on penalties after a draw in overtime. Without a doubt, different viewpoints on this topic have persisted over time. While some football players, both past and present, think juju is effective in the game, others disagree. Goran Stefanovic, a former coach for Ghana, held the opinion that black magic is real and not just a myth. He blamed his players, who use witchcraft to try to outshine one another, for his team's failure to win the 2012 AFCON. Several coaches outside the continent have also shared their experience on this topic. Prior to their 2020 African Nations Championship opener, which the Warriors lost 1-0, Zimbabwe coach Zdravko Logorušić also accused Cameroon of witchcraft. Former Nigerian international Peter Odemwingie revealed that the majority of African athletes prefer juju treatment to visiting doctors when hurt. At least 70% of the players concur. They believe that a certain remedy will keep them alive. Well, it suffices to say that the conversation about the role of witchcraft in Africa will never end. Given that FIFA and the CAF appear to disagree with this ideology, it is understandable why they have kept quiet about it over the years and have not cracked down on those caught doing it or reviewed the laws of the game. It occurs to me that if charms, juju, and voodoo really do exist in African football, why has it been so difficult for an African team to win the World Cup since its inception? Or is it possible that witchcraft is better or more sophisticated among teams from other continents? I guess no, because Benfica, Porto's fierce rival, had also been accused with using witchcraft to help them win the 2017 Portuguese League Championship. According to Portuguese source Observador, Francisco J. Marques, Porto's director of communications, further explained that he had seen an email exchange between Benfica president Luis Felipe Vieira and Dr. Armando Enhaga, the National Police Commissioner of Guinea-Bissau. The exchange is said to have contained a threat of sabotage from Enhaga to stop Benfica winning a 4th Primeira Liga title in a row unless he was paid for his assistance and the help of an unnamed person referred to as the Master in Lisbon. I guess it is safe to say that all these mystical theories are the experiences of ideal figures in football. Whether witchcraft or voodoo exist in African football can be ignored because football has evolved to be more scientific than spiritual. Kindly share your thoughts and views in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more football-related content on this channel.